Hey guys, so I just read this headline, and I love Billy Joel, many others. If you're out there and you're definitely over 40, I'm sure you love Billy Joel as well. Um, just read that he's talking about his diagnosis. He's got a diagnosis of some crazy brain disease, this brain thing going on, and it got me thinking. You don't want it to be too late, and what I mean is this: is time is running out. Time is running out on what we're dreaming of and what we're believing in. I'm out running errands because my youngest is turning 10 today. And so I'm kind of like, I'm just doing it messy, right? I'm just doing it messy. But it got me thinking as I saw that headline that I don't want to be somebody who at the end of my life regrets not taking a chance. Actually, I like it better like this. The light's better. The light's better. And I don't know about you, but I have a lot of dreams. I have a lot of passions in life. So I was sitting there thinking that oftentimes in my life, fear has got the best of me. Can anybody relate? Let me know in the comments below. Just type fear, or raise your hand. And I've let that eat me, guys. I've let it eat me. And often I look back at decisions and choices. I'm like, man, I was worried about what they were thinking about me or if I would fail. I was really encouraged and inspired. I was listening to this talk from Layla Hermosi, and she's talking about confidence. I really loved it because it's something that I've read. I think it was in either a Seth Godin book. I think it was Seth Godin. I think it was Linchpin. And it was this idea of fear, that we let fear paralyze us. And in the reading, he was talking about our brain, how our lizard brain, okay, let's just call it a lizard brain, is that part of the brain that is fight or flight, right? And it's just trying to survive. And when it comes to fear, that lizard brain takes over and says, nope, avoid pain, avoid rejection, avoid things that are too risky. And we don't do it. It prevents us from actually accomplishing our goals. And in this talk with Layla Hormozi, I was encouraged because it reminded me of how much fear is prevalent with so many people. But the difference between people who succeed and the people that don't is that they acknowledge the fear, yet proceed. Feelings are not facts. And oftentimes, something that I have learned the last 8 years or so in my own personal growth journey, and as I navigate my industry as a sound professional in Hollywood, is that sometimes the best decision is just to take action. Act first, the feelings will then follow. Because I'm going to tell you, the majority of the time in my adult life, I haven't felt like being courageous. I felt like running away from the things that are hard. And that's the thing. If you're in financial distress, if you're in marital distress, relational distress, often the thing that brings us the most pain, the way to get rid of it is to just ignore it and move away from it. And see, that's not what successful people do. Successful people still feel that. They still feel the pain of a broken marriage, a broken relationship, not knowing if they can ever fix it, or the fact that their finances are completely out of control and wondering, believing that they'll never ever be able to get past there. They feel that, yet they acknowledge it and proceed and say, even though I don't feel this, I'm going to invest in my marriage. Even though I'm afraid because I don't know how to invest, I'm going to learn how to invest. And then guess what happens? Because they continue to do that, they get more reps, right, at learning how to be a better partner, opening up to communication, reading the articles on how to invest and what it will do for your future, how to take a risk, things like that. The more reps they get, the more confident they are. And so the fear goes away. And so it's the same thing here, like on YouTube, right? If you're over 40, like I am, I'm 45, and you have lived a life like I'm sure many of us who are in our 40s, right? We've seen a lot of life. We've seen a lot of ups and downs. You know, I think it was, I heard something from Dave Ramsey, right? The financial guy. And, you know, whether you believe him or not, we've been fans of Dave Ramsey, not fans of Dave Ramsey during different periods of time, but I heard it from him, so I want to credit him. He said something like, in your lifetime, within a 10-year life span, you're going to experience some kind of life-altering event, right? So if you're over 40 and you're watching this video, the fact remains, I'm sure you have lived life and experienced some kind of life-changing event, whether it's health, relational, spiritual, financial, emotional, mental, right? You've experienced that. Friend, the information that you have, the lesson that you learned about what you have gone through, that information is helpful to somebody. Somebody out there in the world is hoping and praying that they hear your message. Trust me, believe me. What you have to say, you have hope. Somebody is out there who needs to hear that information. So when I read that title, or rather the headline that popped up on my newsfeed about Billy Joel and this brain condition, it really got me, because we don't know how much time we have left. Friend, we're dying. We're all dying. And we don't know how much time we are given left on this beautiful earth that we call home, right? And I want to live a life that says I live without regret. I did, and I tried, and I, accomplished, or I failed trying. I at least made an attempt to do the things that I wanted to do. Raising my 4 children, spending time with my wife. Like, I want to continue to build a life that gives me more time with them. Because in my industry, right, what I do, and I don't know what you do, but what I do, the only way for me to make more money in my life and to continue to grow financially is to spend more time away from those I love. And friend, I don't know if that's what I want. I don't know that any money in the world is worth less time in my life with my family. Because here's the truth, something that I've learned, and I heard it from a very wise man here on YouTube. His name's Myron Golden. If you don't know him, check him out. But if you have heard any of Myron's teaching, let me know in the comments below. But Myron turned me on to this idea that time is infinitely more valuable than money. And I think about someone like Billy Joel. Like, he's someone who's been wildly successful in his career, has, I'm sure, made millions and millions of dollars, right, from being an artist, sales, royalties, things like that. But I guarantee you that at the end of somebody like Billy Joel's life, if he could have more time with those he loved, he'd take it in a heartbeat. And when I heard that metaphor or that story from Myron, who said basically like this, if somebody said, I'll give you a check today for $1 million and it will clear the bank, but the only stipulation is that tomorrow you got to end your life. It's over. Your time here on the earth is gone. Would you take that deal? Would you take it, friend? No, I sure as hell wouldn't, because I value my time with my family. Because that would mean I don't get to see my kids grow up. I don't get to see them, God willing, if they get married and they have, babies. I become a granddad, get old with my wife, I would miss all that. For what? For that money? No. So time is infinitely greater than money. And time is running out for you. It's running out for me. So I want to encourage you. You have lessons in your life that other people are waiting to learn from you because you lived it. Your heart has been broken. You've been on the brink of despair. You've lost everything. Maybe lost a marriage or close to losing a marriage. You know, we're in the age group that, God forbid, you know, and I hate saying this, but we've lost really close loved ones, maybe even children, right? You have pain, you have experience that by just turning on the camera to share, friend, you can bring hope to somebody who's been there, somebody who might be at the rock bottom right now. So friend, if that's you and you feel that burning desire inside to share and to get your story out there, friend, this is your message. This is your sign, rather, to just start. Turn on the camera and just start. Friend, time is running out. Are we just gonna let time pass us by? Or are we gonna listen to that ever still small whisper in our heart and our soul that says, share. You have a story that will bring hope to others. Friend, thanks for taking time today and watch this video. I will catch you over here in one of these other videos or in the next video. Take care. Be blessed. Bye.